Hi, I'm Dave Karger. Welcome back to TCM, where we're celebrating Pride Month tonight with a lineup of independently made LGBTQ plus films. Up next is a groundbreaking coming-of-age movie from England in 1996. Directed by Hetty MacDonald, it's The Beautiful Thing. The title says it all. This is a tender, compelling, and really beautiful story about two working-class teenage boys from Southeast London who fall in love, even while the world around them threatens to be hostile to their relationship. The story began as a play written by Jonathan Harvey, who also adapted it for the screen. Harvey based the play on his own experiences growing up gay in a working-class community in Liverpool. He was inspired to write an optimistic story about a young queer romance because he'd never seen that experience portrayed on screen before. Far more often, the gay characters he saw on TV and in the movies met with tragic ends, and he was determined to change that. Beautiful Thing was originally produced for British television, and it was directed by the same woman who directed the stage version, Hetty MacDonald. This was her first feature-length film, and she handled the material so effectively that the made-for-TV movie went on to play in theaters around the UK. Ultimately, it became an international theatrical hit. Some of its popularity also stemmed from the film's soundtrack, which is made up almost entirely of joyful music by the Mamas and the Papas and Mama Cass Elliot. As you'll see, one of the main characters is obsessed with Mama Cass. From 1996, starring Glenn Barry, Scott Neal, Linda Henry, Ben Daniels, and Tamika Empson, this is the TCM premiere of Beautiful Thing. Beautiful Thing was originally created for television, but the response was so positive that it went on to have a successful theatrical release in the UK and overseas. The film premiered in 1996 at a time when the new queer cinema movement was ushering in a new era of LGBTQ plus movies. More than ever before, independent filmmakers in the late 80s and early 90s were telling stories that set out to represent queer characters and experiences in an authentic way. Beautiful Thing broke new ground by portraying a gay relationship between two working-class young men that didn't end in heartbreak or tragedy. It ends on a hopeful and joyful note, and that was revolutionary at the time. Many of the people involved in the production had never made a feature film before, including director Hetty MacDonald, writer Jonathan Harvey, and the three young actors who played Jamie, Stee, and Leah, Glenn Barry, Scott Neal, and Tamika Empson. But they had collaborated before. MacDonald directed the stage version of Harvey's play, which he also adapted for the screen, and Glenn Barry, Scott Neal, and Tamika Empson had an easy rapport together because they had all been students together in acting school. Up next, Helen Shaver and Patricia Charbonneau star in a landmark 1985 romance directed by Donna Deitch.
Next on TCM, Desert Hearts. Then the adventures of Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. And later, Mala Noche. It's a great night to watch TCM.